Glory to that kind.
Welcome back to Dat Shorts. I'm Shades, and today we're going to be talking about Midnight Castle Succubus DX. Or, if you flip it on the side, it's... Oh my god! As you can tell straight away, Midnight Castle Succubus is part of the Libra Hearts series. They take after certain retro games. Midnight Castle Succubus DX takes after Castlevania. Nintendo! Please don't sue. Please don't sue us, Nintendo! A succubus threat appears every 100 years in this small town. Women disappear, men die, and as a succubus hunter, you have been tasked to rescue those women and defeat the succubus threat. And by defeat, it's probably gonna be a little bit of... I don't know what the fuck that is. So the usual fare is you get your whip out, you're hitting bats, you're hitting skeletons, you're hitting zombies. Except you're getting fucking tits too. Now this being the DX version, there are a lot of improvements, including unlockable art, new power-ups, killer soundtrack. It is crisp when it comes to those bit tune rates. It really does feel like you're putting a cartridge in a console. You're one step away from going. That's the cut. That wasn't a long penis. I wasn't like going. Well, I mean, it could be a long penis, but it wasn't a long penis. It was me. You know, you blow the cart. You're not meant to blow the cartridge, but don't make that into a GIF. If you actually turn down the music, and I feel like turning down the music is a crime, you could slap the Castlevania soundtrack over the top, and it would actually fit. I think what I like the most about this game is the sprite work. Their sprite work has always been on point. It always feels like you are playing a game not only from that era, but you're also playing it from that console. You really do look like you're playing it on the NES. Like their previous titles where it felt like you're playing it on the Game Boy. Some of these cutscenes, whoo-wee doggin'. Some of them are really fucking good. I really love how they take these lewd scenes and they made them blend in with the art style. You would think though that with pixelated style like this and then kind of doing a sort of scale up version of an image, you might lose that quality. But it actually feels like it really does fit in with the NES feel. What I think could be really cool when it comes to these sort of Metroidvania, Castlevania style games is that crushed bitrate of voices. You know that, help me. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like whenever you hear a voice that has been bit crushed onto a cartridge that takes up like 90% of the cartridge space, I kind of want that in this. Like a sort of, you know, like a yelping dog. I gotta say, the boss designs are really fucking sexy. This blue succubus thing that you have to fight, man, gives me fucking PTSD thinking about the Sonic CD boss where you gotta fight Dr. Eggman underwater with all the bubbles and shit. That shit scared the fuck out of me as a little kid, man. Like, holy shit. It's bad enough I fucking hate the water levels, and then you've got the fucking bubbles coming out, and he's like, buck-up, buck-up. That's what he sounded like when he took the, he's like, buck-up. I think the shift in gameplay over sexiness is kind of happening now. Before, porn games were about the porn first and the gameplay second, but like I've said many years before, I feel like gameplay is going to be held hand in hand with lewd stuff when it comes to keeping people playing the game on the screen. This is the kind of game where I would play it, see a scene, maybe not, wipe off, and then play the game again. Unlike the old days where you would just boot up the game, you see a first sex scene, and then you're like, oh, that's instant regret. If you want to have the English experience, you should definitely pick it up on Steam. They've done a really good job translating it, and some of the cover art they use is... mwah! It is magnifique. Well, that's it for this episode of Dat Shorts. I'm Shades, and remember, you get what you paid for. Good night.
Oh, that's hot!